Hey, welcome everybody to our, I think it's our fourth night of the Be Better seminar or hangout here. Dustin Schaefer from Oceanside, California. Welcome you all to this hangout. We're going to have a great night. We have a wonderful cast of characters that I've been chatting with for the last 5 or 6 minutes. We're going to have some good enthusiasm, a lot of fun. Michael Rutherford might pop in and say hi. He's once again a busy man off doing a lot of things. I just want to get some of the groundwork out of the way here. First and foremost, we're not covering anything medical today. If you have anything medical questions or anything medically related, please just save that. You can always ask questions privately, and we can maybe address that or at least get the resources for you. And also in the chat box, we're going to encourage everybody to participate. If you can, say where you're from, say hi, tell us some success stories that you're having, give us your feedback on the product, the community, anything that you want to share, please share. Last thing, please, on that chat box, also leave all medical questions out of that chat box. Let's keep it very clean, and if you have any questions, you can reach out to us. Our cast, again, it's unique, a little different than what we had before, and I'm excited to introduce everybody. First things first, if you know anything about me, I've been a recon Marine, a college athlete, been in the health and fitness industry for the last 15 years. Right now I specialize in something called muscle activation techniques, which is pretty cool. I also am the very first person to teach the ketogenic diet in combination, or a high-fat, low-carb diet in the combination of the product with our fearless leader, Michael Rutherford, who is down nearly 50 pounds. And it's truly changed his life. You know, he moves better, he feels better. He's inspiring so many other people to do so many amazing things. So I'm grateful for him to be kind of helping me learn the other parts of this lifestyle, which is how to share the product. So let's get started. I think that we have some amazing stories out there, and I'd like to start on the left here with Debbie. And why don't you tell us a little bit about how you've been taking the product, what it's done for you, and touch a little bit on that lifestyle that you kind of talked about earlier.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much, Dustin. First of all, I'm gonna apologize to everybody for my major energy and my major hand talking. Even though I'm not Italian, they don't stop. But I'm just stoked. And the interesting thing about me is I had started on the ketogenic diet and that lifestyle a month before I heard about this product. My husband had been really sick for a year. He'd been in the hospital for 7 months. 7 months. We thought he was going to die. We were in Boston. He was in Boston hospitals, the best ones ever. Nobody could figure out what was wrong with him. It was all digestive stuff. So we headed south. We have a house in Florida, and we saw a doctor friend of ours who does Eastern and Western medicine. And she said, okay, here's the deal. First thing you're going to do, you're getting off all the meds, and I want you on a ketogenic diet. So we're like, okay, what's the deal? What's that? And we decided, going to support my husband, we'll do it. So the whole family hit it. And, I really believe there's no coincidences, because I was doing that about 4 months. I wasn't dropping a ton of weight, but I was feeling better. Had a lot of cravings, I'm going to tell you that. And I came home on Facebook, right, trolling around, what's everybody doing, what's up? And I started seeing pictures of Michael Rutherford. And then I started seeing pictures of my friend Nick Huntington. And I'm going, what's up with that? What are they doing? So I simply just couldn't take it anymore. And I sent Nick a private message, and I go, Nick, what's up? How are you dropping all this weight? How is Michael dropping all this weight? He's just, here, take a look at this. I looked at it. I sent him a message back. Okay, how do I order it? Send it. I want it. And so it got to me on July 1st. And I don't really do anything kind of the easy way. I was full into the diet, and I got that thing, and man, I put 1 scoop in, and I started right on. And I scoops a day, but it is rocking. It is rocking. And the weight started falling off, pound a day. I had a couple 2-pound days, and what I can tell you is I'm 32 pounds down. And yeah, man, it's so cool. But I'm a girl. I get a little obsessed with the scale, so I love Dustin's video and Michael's video about like chucking it, because I hit a plateau, right? And I'm like, oh, what's going on? But when I grasped what you guys said, I started looking at my clothes, and they were falling off. stuff like the body was shifting and changing and doing all this crazy stuff, and it's just phenomenal. I'm in a really, you wouldn't think it, but I'm in a really stressful period of time in my life. I'm taking care of 2 of my elderly parents that have cancer. Can you guys hear me or no?
Debbie, can I pause you for a second?
No.
Nina, one second. I want to get Nina and Nancy to pause their mics for me, please.
Okay. I told you I'd jazz up.
You're getting the good stuff.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on.
Right on the top there. There we go. All right, go.
I'm going to tell my son, don't run in through here like without clothes on. Okay, good.
That's live.
Yeah. Okay, so I told you guys I go crazy, but so I'm in a really stressful period of time. I've got 2 parents fighting cancer. I'm their primary caretaker. I have my husband who's just finally getting better. I got 2 teenage sons, the whole bit. We all have stuff, right? Not saying anything about that. But what I have noticed, there's so many things, but one of the hugest things that I've noticed from the Keto OS is I stay just like this, man. I am just strong and steady emotionally. I should technically, with everything that's going on, I should be up and down and, angry and sad and the whole bit, and I'm not. My mood is just good all the time. No matter what happens, my mood is good and my energy is good. And, I can have 100 things like this, right, on my list, 100 things to do. I swear I had ADD before. I'd start at the top of the list, I'd go to the bottom of the list. No, I start at the top of the list, man, and I am through it. And at the end of the day, I'm like, sweet! And then it's time to go to bed, and what happens? I fall asleep before my head hits the pillow.
All right. Well, Debbie, I appreciate it. I'm going to actually come back to you in a second. Michael just jumped on. I'd love to get a few words from the wise.
Hey, Michael.
Let's hop on, say a couple words. Oh, did he just jump off? Let's see if he can hop on. Is he still there? He's gone. I think he just took off. So, Debbie, before you stop talking, because I got a rhythm going, I wanted to kind of just touch a little bit about your doctor put your husband basically, but your family on this diet, right?
Absolutely.
And there's a reason why. You don't have to get into the reason why, but just kind of talk about that this was he believed this was something important for you to do for a lot of reasons. And how different was it with the product versus without the product?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And great question. I mean, first of all, what I'll tell you is he had suffered for so long, and our family had suffered along with him that, really we were willing to try anything. I mean, if they had told us to go to Fiji and dig up a plant root, we would have done that, So we were cool with trying it. But the difference that I found was, for me, I was sticking to it and, doing the fats, and because it's, she was really clear on the high fats, same as we're talking about here, but I was still hungry. And I still kind of I would get into the afternoon sometimes and I'd start having cravings. And if I saw somebody having something to eat that I was kind of not staying away from, I kind of wanted to claw their eyeballs out. Okay? Because I'm like, why can't I have some of that, And I was looking at it as a diet at that point. Like, we're going to get him better. We're going to feel a little better, but we're probably going to, maybe go back at some point. The product changed that completely, absolutely completely. I can't imagine why I would ever want to go back to eating the way I did, or why I would ever in a million years stop taking this product. I have a lot of people ask me, that when I'm sharing it with them, they're like, well, how long do we have to take it? When we lose the weight we want to lose, can we stop? And my answer to them is simple. I don't ever want to stop taking it. And I don't think once you try it that you'll ever want to stop taking it. So it's been amazing, and it's completely different. You could never have convinced me. Not in a million years. You could have 150 people on here telling me that I wouldn't be hungry, and I would not have believed them. I wouldn't have believed them, but it's absolutely true. I only eat when I'm hungry now, and it's not a lot. I don't have cravings. It's just, it was hard, and now it's easy. That's the simple truth.
All right. Well, I appreciate that feedback because, and I do want to have a little bit of clarity here before we move on to our next amazing speakers. is first off, we're not actually suggesting many people to do the ketogenic diet. We're a high-fat, low-carb diet, because as you know, the ketogenic diet is really strict. And the main reason probably why you were struggling so much with the cravings is that your body wasn't able to get into that ketosis deep enough. And then also, you weren't getting keto adapted yet. And that's an important thing, and I'll just touch on that briefly, is getting into ketosis is hard to do, as you got to experience that, but the product we get to give the people a little easier time getting there. Also, when you plateaued, your body was still changing. Your body was getting keto adapted, and therefore it was actually rehealing itself. It was actually regenerating tissue. So you were still losing body fat, but you were growing stronger bones, stronger hair, stronger muscle. And that's what's cool about this, is that it's just an ideal health product. And so, like Debbie said, don't get over discouraged on the weight, and do what Michael and I say. Basically enjoy your life. Know that this is the better lifestyle to live. And at the end of the day, you're going to win. And that's kind of what we want people to do. We want everybody to win. So thank you so much for speaking. We're going to come back and talk a little bit in a minute. Nancy, let's go ahead and touch with you, because I know you and Debbie know each other. So let's go and let's kind of tell me a little bit about your experience with ketosis, with the ketogenic diet, what you do in the shower every morning, be clean, and we'll go from there.
Well, yes, Debbie is one of my closest and very dearest best friends. And I was saying to Nina and you earlier and Michael earlier that when she started on this program, I was listening and I was like, oh, another one of these things. I don't want to do this. But then she started to lose some weight and started to feel better. And all I could think about was we usually hook up in Florida, because she's in Boston and I'm in Toronto. So we usually hook up in Florida. And all I could start thinking about as she was dropping weight was, oh my goodness, I'm going to go to Florida. She's going to be in her skinny bikini, and I'm going to be lying in the beach chair beside her like this big beached whale. I thought, can't have this. So I said to her, okay, what do I have to do? And she got me most of it until she talked about the bulletproof coffee, and I thought, are you nuts? I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous. I said, that doesn't sound even logical. Like, wouldn't that be greasy? And so anyway, but, true to form, if I decide to do something, I'm not an analyst. I don't analyze things to death. I just kind of decide, well, we'll jump in and we'll try it. What the heck? We've tried everything else under the sun. Might as well try this too. What could it harm? And then what I found was she sent me a couple of videos that were on the Keto123 site, and so I started watching that. And then the next thing you know, I became a video junkie. Every morning, I got Dustin and Michael in the bathroom with me as I'm curling my hair, and I'm watching the video. And the truth of the matter is, as humans, we don't hear things that other people are saying. We don't hear them as they really are. We hear them as we are. And so part of the thing is that why I watch all these videos over and over and over again is because I'm changing, and I need new things. I need new information. So as you watch a video again and again, you pick up things that you didn't hear before or that weren't relevant at the time when you first watched it. So for me, the videos have been invaluable, and I just did exactly what you guys said. I got excited about learning about this and figuring some stuff out, because it is foreign. I'm not even, no word of a lie. It wasn't until I saw Michael Rutherford's video on blending the coffee that literally I was putting the oil in, and I'm trying to stir it fast enough, and then I'm drinking it, and I'm wiping my mouth with a napkin every time, just trying to get that stuff down. I'm like, how is everybody drinking this all the time? So anyway, so that was a bit about Debbie in the process. And to be honest, I had a rough couple of days getting into it. I didn't realize I was sensitive. My tummy was sensitive. I had a whole bunch of things that I don't even want to tell you about the smell story, because that's a whole other, nightmare. But I'm over all of that. Everything is good. And once I got the product, man, so my buddy Tim Frey, who also is doing this journey with me, we got the product on the same day. We started drinking it on the same day. We're both in sales. We work for the same company. We're driving around on the road. And I said to him partway through the day, I go, I don't know, but it just seems like the sky is bluer and the trees are greener. Like, what is happening? He says, I know, I feel like I'm on some kind of a weird high, but it's not really a high. So it was fabulous. Like, once I got, and I almost felt like I could feel something happening in my blood. Like, I was like, I feel like it's under my skin. And then that nice, calm, clean energy that just happened continuously was it's amazing. Like, I don't ever want to come on. I'm like Debbie. I forget the weight loss. That's what I got into it for. I have got to be one of the most positive people. And my boss said, I was in the car with me today, and we had a whole bunch of problems to take care of. And he goes, "What's with you?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, you don't even seem. We're just getting over the hump."
All right, we're back.
Okay, can everybody?
Nancy, you still there?
Yeah.
All right. I want everybody to hit me in the text box over there. Tell me who's still hearing and who's still listening. As some of you may know, we're back. We're back. Okay, here we go. Cool, we're here. Awesome. I do apologize. This is new technology that we are still mastering, and we've gotten further each week, or each day, which is good. And it's part of it. It's part of the growing that we're doing. Nancy, I do want to touch on one thing that you had mentioned. It was a little bit about the bathroom side of that. And I actually want to touch on more things, but basically, and I don't want you to get graphic or anything, but you're just telling me that your stomach didn't work right away. It didn't feel perfect right away, right? Okay. So some of you may also experience that, and there's a couple lessons to learn from this. Number one is that some people, especially people that have had a low carb or excuse me, a low fat diet for a long period of time, they may take a little while for their stomach to become what we call fat adapted. And when that happens, then we need to take our time slowly introducing the product or the lifestyle so your body gets used to digesting fat, which it's supposed to be able to do. But because of our lifestyle, sometimes it takes a little while for our body to get used to it. So it's not an unnormal, but if it happens for more than a few weeks, then I would maybe say, okay, we probably should address some things. Reach out to me or one of our team leaders and just get some clarity and see maybe there's something you can adjust. The other side of that is what made you decide that this is more just the way you want to live your life and it's not about weight loss? What was that shift in your mind about that? What really shifted that?
I can tell you that it's going to sound a little strange, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to communicate it quite, really well. But I started this, like most people, because of my own personal journey to lose some weight and all that sort of stuff. Then as I started to share this with other people, and they shared it with other people, and we have a little group meeting, we call it Be Better Tuesdays, and we all just talk about where we're at with our weight loss and where we're at with what we want with this product. We have a fella named Peter that joined us, and Peter needs to, he has quite a journey to go on, and he came in the room, and he told us his why, what his why was, and it touched us all. And then he wrote a little message in our little Facebook group, and he said he went to the mailbox the other day. He opened the mailbox, he pulled the letters out, and a letter fell on the ground. And he bent down, and he picked up the letter, and he picked it up, and he started to walk away, and he stopped himself, and he smiled, and he turned around, and he looked at the mailbox. See, I'm going to get all emotional. And he looked at the mailbox, and he thought to himself, I bent down and I picked up the letter. In his previous time, he would have had to kick the letter over to a wall and hold on to the wall and hope he didn't fall over. And so at that moment in time, I said to Debbie afterwards, and I get emotional talking about it, I said at some point in that post and on those little chats, it became not about me and not about my own journey, but it became about what a significance I could make in somebody else's life, and furthermore, what he doesn't understand is that he's become significant in my life. And now I no longer want to do this for me. I'm doing this, I'm proving it because I am proving it to help people like Peter. And I'll stay with Peter as long as he wants to help him wherever he wants, and he's on there with his smiling face, and he's happy, and he's tried everything. He's currently paying a doctor to go every week and to weigh in and do all this stuff, but he said he went in, shuffled in. The doctor didn't really help him because we got all these doctors up here that do weight loss stuff. I think maybe you probably have that in the States too, but there's no group. He goes home, he's by himself, he's still feeling hungry, all this stuff. Then he joins this group. He's got support all the time. He's completely engaged with our group and recipes and all sorts of stuff. And I thought that was the moment, honestly, Dustin, that was the moment that changed for me. And I thought, this is not a diet. And I know there's a monetary thing that's involved with this, but you know what? If you never paid me another cent, not 1 cent, I'm still in this because I've now decided listen, I can make money in anything. I'm in sales, for goodness sakes. I sell for a living. But I've decided I want to be a person of significance, and I want to be part of his life, and I want to be part of his journey, and anybody else that comes along, because where else can we do that? And this because it's having phenomenal success. That's the truth of the matter. This is having a phenomenal success. So,
wow. Nancy, I couldn't have. I didn't know any of this prior to us talking tonight. I just met you for the first time, and you basically, I think we could just end everything right now. I don't know if we even really. There's much more to even say besides what you just said there, and you know, and I'm going to say a few more things, but we really don't need to. I also get to hear those stories on a regular basis, and you know, and the truth is a lot of people get involved in this for weight loss, and for our own reasons, and that's understandable. And I think that that's great. I think we all have our own life that we need to save and to inspire to be better. But after I get to the calls from people with all these disorders and problems, and they're changing their lives, and they're able to hug their kids for the first time in years and get off, you know, out of bed in the morning. I truly believe that this is way bigger than what we realize, and I'm seeing that every single day. So I truly appreciate your feedback on that, and I encourage everyone out there to kind of think of it from the whole picture. You know, some people don't get the best experience for whatever reason. You know, not everybody has the perfect experience. Some people, after 2 days of having a little GI distress, quit and say, this doesn't work for me. And they don't realize is that the person next door, this might be the best thing that could ever happen to them. And at least share it with them, even if it's not the best thing for you. Go, hey, wow, you know what, let's try this. Because I'm seeing the same thing you're seeing on a regular basis. And I think there's a couple really powerful things that you said, is that this is a community. You know, I like to tell people the product stands alone. If you just do your research on ketones, ketosis, exogenous ketones, it stands alone. There's enough clinical or medical data and research out there that tells us that ketones are really good for most people to have, almost everybody to have in their body. What it does is remarkable, and we have a lot of literature and research already out there, and if you need more, ask me. I'll give you more than you probably ever want to even see. The key to this what we're doing is the community. Is the support of each other, is these calls and these hangouts that we're doing. That is the key that's going to allow these people to move forward. If it's in health or in business. You know, if you're doing it alone, it's lonely out there. The gentleman couldn't get help from his doctor, but he's getting help from a small community. Is he in Toronto?
Yeah, he's in Toronto, and I'd like to say one more quick thing on this. I talked to a girlfriend tonight who's decided to join us too. And I was kind of telling her I was coming on here, and I wasn't sure what I was going to say. And I said, do you think I should mention this fella? Because I didn't want him to feel like I was revealing things that maybe he didn't want me to share. And she wanted me to let everybody know that when you're struggling with weight, and I know, Dustin, you talk to everybody about all these other ailments and things, and I'm not medical. I'm a food sales rep, for goodness sakes. I don't know nothing about nothing. But I can tell you what she said to me, because she's feeling insignificant. She's feeling not happy with the way her life is. She's got a lot of weight she wants to lose. She doesn't know how she's going to do that. She's tried everything too, and she goes, it's the worst feeling that goes on in my head, thinking about waking up day in and day out, and I can't figure out a solution. And how many people do we know, honestly, that are sitting in that same position, thinking that same thing, and don't really, they've got a smile on their face when we see them, but deep down inside they feel not good about themselves. And the fact that we are sitting on this and not saying anything to anybody about this product because for whatever reason we think, oh, well, I don't want to share this, or I'm just doing this myself. That piece where you are feeling a piece of significance to help somebody else, nothing can beat it. No matter how much weight I lose, no matter how good I feel personally, knowing that I'm helping them, feels way better than the rest of this. Way better.
You know, and it's funny you say that is, you know, this kind of weird how this webinar kind of changed, or this Hangout changed gears here, and I think it's going a really good place, and it's going to impact a lot of people. And you're absolutely right. A lot of people, we don't know what's going on in everybody else's lives. And this is my first time being part of this type of business model. I've never been part of something like this before. All I know is the science and research behind what we're doing, and I support that 100% with my profession and my team of medical professionals that I consult with. And I'm very strong for this product and this type of lifestyle. And even if you, I mean, a lot of people don't want to share it because they don't maybe agree with the way that they want to feel uncomfortable about, oh, well, I may make money off of this, and that can happen. And Michael and I talk about that a lot. And at the end of the day, if you believe in it, share with them and let them make the decision. At least give them the opportunity to impact and affect their lives. And if all else fails, at least give them the science and literature to read for themselves to let them make an informed decision. So I am so grateful for you talking tonight. We couldn't have planned this any better to inspire more people to take action and to enhance more people's lives, not only their own, but maybe their friends, loved ones, and whoever else we know. You know, that the gentleman you're talking about may impact another 100 people like him. Wow, that's an awesome thing, and that's where we're going in this. And I believe in our country needs help. I believe our community needs help, our towns, our cities, and we have an opportunity to impact them. If it's one person at a time, let's take it and go with it. There's one last thing I wanted to talk about with you, Nancy. It was the video that you watched. I need to hear you say it one more time. In the morning, what do you watch in the morning?
I have all of the videos you and Michael have done, all of them. They're all on my YouTube and my favorites. And I just literally scroll through every single day while I'm getting ready. I feel it's my university time because now I'm taking this serious. Like, I'm helping people, so I've got to make sure I understand. They ask me something, I got to make sure I know, or I could send them a video that you could answer the question for them. And so I watch them over and over and over again, because here's the fact of the matter is, we never hear things as they really are. We only ever hear things as we are. And as we grow and change and morph through this journey, we need different information. So when I watch your videos, every day I could have watched the same one 7 times, but all of a sudden you'll say something and I'll think, oh, I don't know why I didn't pick up on that the first time, so maybe I'll rethink that, or, ooh, you know, that's good. And then I take it, and sometimes I send it off to somebody in our team because I'll think, boy, they asked me that, and I didn't have an answer for them. Here's a video. So, yeah, all the videos are fabulous, and just keep them coming because they're great, and they answer a lot of questions. And I don't know how I can ever thank you enough for what you're doing for us, and Debbie for bugging me one more time for another weight loss thing. Because just like you, I'm a regular old sales rep. I go to work and come home, and I'm in sales. This is not my normal type of business model either, but when I can't express how much this has changed who I am and how I'm functioning day to day. It's fabulous.
Well, Nancy, I truly appreciate that, and you have not gotten all our videos. You've only gotten some of our videos. Some of them Michael and I have kept private. No, I'm just kidding. But you know, it's funny you talk about using our videos. And I actually do the same thing. I don't watch myself very often. Every once in a while I have to watch myself. But I go through and I look at all the other scientific literature and other videos that are on ketosis out there, and I listen to them when I'm doing the dishes. I'll throw them on, or I go for a walk. I'll throw them on. I'll listen to it because it just kind of validates more of what we're trying to do. So I encourage all of you to do that. And as you can see, every one of you out there listening, you know, Nancy has inspired me in a way that I don't know if I haven't been this inspired in a while, actually. The way you're talking is really motivated me to think about even more of what I've been doing and what we've been doing. And there's so much what you have said that we can all learn from, and from anywhere from doing the watching the videos, to changing the way we're thinking about this, to changing the way of how other people are handling this and what we can do to help other people. So I encourage all of you guys tonight, not get too serious about it, but just think about and watch this webinar, watch this Hangout again, and definitely, you know, thank you so much for your words. Nina, I want to get to you because we haven't gotten to you yet, and I know we're getting couldn't short on time. We had a little technical difficulty. Nancy's covered well. So Nina, go ahead and tell me a little about your experience. Tell me how Michael Rutherford is. I know you just met him just a little bit ago, and let's talk about it.
I did. Thanks. It was so funny because Debbie and I were having a lovely chat, waiting for you guys to come back, and here we realized that we were the ones offline, not you guys. So yeah, I just started. I had a sample. I was telling Debbie that I had a sample last week, and it was very interesting for me because I'm busy doing something completely different, and this was the last thing that I thought I was ever going to try, right? I mean, or at least use, right? And I get people asking me to try products, and I have a really good friend on Michael's line that I saw her energy change, and I went, "What are you doing?" And she gave me this packet, and so I was like, "Oh, I'll try it," not thinking anything really different. And what happened is the first day I tried it, I felt different and I felt the focus, but by the second day, 3 things happened. My appetite suppressed, but my focus was unbelievable in regards to that day. And I'm a morning person, and so by about 3:30, 4 o'clock, I start to get tired. And the sustaining of my energy, 9 o'clock that night, I was like giddy. And it was amazing. I went to the gym that day. I worked out in a different way. And, Nancy, I heard you say, like, oh, even the sky looked a little blue. So for me, I was like, oh my God, I have to have that product. And you guys were on back order, and so even I couldn't get it fast enough. So I was telling Debbie that every day that the UPS guy came, I thought it was my order, and I felt like I was, oh my God, I gotta get to that box, And so it's been an extremely exciting experience for me because there hasn't been one thing I've tried that has changed my energy so profoundly, so quickly, So for me, I think this is an exciting opportunity for a company that is just getting out there in the market, and that you don't have to wait a month or 2 months or maybe see slight results. At least for myself, I can speak that minus the losing weight, if I were to just use this for my brain focus, I would be a happy camper for the rest, like Debbie was saying, for forever or for a very, very long time. I can't imagine myself if I can sustain this. And so this is, I'm new to it, but I have to say that this is exciting to feel this way.
Awesome, appreciate it so much. We have Mike Beal sitting over there, and I do appreciate everybody's feedback. I'm going to bring Mike on in just a moment, and just to kind of reiterate what's been said up to this point is there's people having different results for different things. Everybody's having this slightly different experience, and if you haven't had that same experience exactly like everybody else has, doesn't mean that you're broken. It just might mean that it's going to take a little longer for you. So what we do know is that it works. So be patient, take your time, and enjoy it as much as you can. I'm going to bring Mike on. Mike Beal is the mastermind behind this technology, and he's been working hard trying to keep it working as well as he can. It's new, so we're all learning about it. But he's also a big promoter of this product, of this company, and he's one of our leaders. So I'd love to have him kind of talk about his experience a little bit, and even a little bit about the business side.
Yeah, can you hear me okay? Am I coming
Absolutely.
in? Well, first of all, I feel honored being on the panel with you guys. And Nancy, when you were talking about the guy from Canada, I started kind of getting emotional because every time I talk to somebody, we're hearing the same thing. And you hear my voice? Because I just think about like the ladies and fathers just getting enough time to come home from work, like Mitch was talking about the other night, and being a father myself, knowing you're helping people, helping them spend time with their kids that they wouldn't get back. There's not a better feeling that you can get from that, period. I don't care, like you said, you don't have to pay me a dime. I think it's my obligation to share it with everybody, just so they can experience that, feel good, get through the day. And one thing that I want to say, and I'm gonna be quiet because I can't say enough. I'll be on here a lot, but the community and support system that we have here with the group, you feel like you're part of something that if you need help, you have someone to talk to. Dustin, I mean, I can say we literally love you because you're doing so much, you and Mike. The community, that's what I love, and the people that we're helping along the way. It's not just me. It's not about me. It's about, just imagine how you help yourself, all right, how good you feel. Times that by 10 when you're helping other people. There's a sense of fulfillment that you get from that, and it's priceless. So I'm done.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate your emotions and your feedback, and I think that the best way to kind of move forward through this webinar, this is by far our best hangout that we've had. It's not that the other ones weren't good. I think that we just brought into a different level. I know there's maybe some of you out there that are performance based and they want to know how they can use this for performance. It's already been said. Mental clarity, focus, recovery, energy. There's technology out there. So if you're in performance, there's so much we can say about that. But Debbie, I would like for you to kind of wrap us up tonight and talk a little bit about how you feel about sharing it, because we know Nancy is truly a believer. Nina is truly a believer. So Debbie, tell us a little bit about how you share the product and why other people should be sharing it to other people.
Oh, absolutely. And by the way, sorry that we disappeared. We didn't know. We were chatting away. We thought you guys were going to come back. So sorry about that. You know, okay, Nancy is my dearest friend, and we're on the same page. Okay, when I heard the story about Peter, I bawled. And here's the way I look at life. And I don't know if I'm going to copy what Nancy says or not, because we're similar. I think that if we're going to live life, we need to live a life of significance. And why not try to be remarkable in some way? Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to be the richest person or the most famous person. Every single human being, and I'll get choked up, is important to someone, and every single person makes a difference in someone's life. If it's one person, it's not too small, you know. And so I just get the same thing that Michael was talking about. I mean, the feeling of helping somebody else is bigger and more intense than helping yourself. So I would like to scream it from the rooftops. I really, really would. Then what I'm simply doing is I'm talking to the people in my sphere of influence, my family, my friends, people that I chat with, and now I'm moving into, I'm in hospitals a lot right now, and I'm talking to the nursing staff, and I'm talking to the doctors. I mean, I'm seeing cancer patient after cancer patient after cancer patient, and I say, I need to send you some literature. I need to send it. Can I have your email? Are you on Facebook? I feel like there's no coincidences in life. And I am in a position right now, first of all, how I found out about the product, you know, it wasn't a coincidence. Second of all, I'm surrounded by people fighting major illnesses that this product and the ketogenic lifestyle, the high fats, can help. I don't believe that didn't happen for a reason. And so I not only feel honored, but I feel obligated. I feel obligated to help other people, because if it was me and I was suffering, I sure would want somebody to share it with me. So I'm sorry. Sorry.
Well, thank you all. I truly appreciate it, and you know, and we saw this huge workup of emotions, which I think is powerful, and I think it's ultimately going to be able to reach out there and affect a lot of people. So, you know, the truth is that we have a really cool product, and like Debbie had said, the research is there. There's a lot of people that we can help in many ways. From the professional athlete, we have, you know, we have high-level athletes using this product for the neuroprotectiveness for the brain. We have people that are sick using it for other reasons. We have people that are using it for general health and weight losses. It's very diverse in how we can utilize this product and the lifestyle, or a combination of those two, to help and impact so many people. So, you know, feel free to share it in every way you can. This hangout will be recorded, and I tell you what, if you have to do anything to convince anybody, you already think you tried too hard. I think all you need to do is share this hangout with anybody, and they're going to see very quickly like how powerful what we're doing can be. And if you have anybody that's just a little quiet, Get them involved in the community as much as they're willing to do, and they will be successful also. I'm going to end it at that. You guys were all amazing. We will have, right, Michael, do we have one more webinar, or the next one's going to be Sunday night? It's a little housekeeping.
Well, if we got another one, we can add it to the series, so we'll let them know. We have one more. We'll decide if we have one on Sunday. Normally we do, but we'll announce that.
Perfect. All right, we'll keep you all posted on the next Be Better Hangout, and thank you all again for being here. I can't wait to make sure you're all friends with me on Facebook. Let's stay in touch. Let's chat and have a good time.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Good night. Good night, guys.